Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, YouTube? It's the one and only DONMANIA, you know it's murder, back with another reaction video. Today, we're going to be reacting to Cops Discover Evil Secret of Killer's Boyfriend. This dropped a couple days ago. I need to know what's going on. Hey, I'm into investigations. I'm into all that, bro. I need to know what happened, bro. But, I ain't gonna hold you too much further ado. Let's get into this video.
How did you feel?
Stabbed 3 times in the chest.
Stabbed her 3 times?
My mindset was, I need to kill as many people as possible. In my mind, it's almost like Satan is the only one that's going to help me because God isn't there.
The man is 35
God
Jordan
is
S.
good.
DeHaven, who had just confessed to
I don't
killing
know what
his
he talking
girlfriend,
about.
38-year-old Amy Rowan. However, the detective had no idea he was about to face one of the most bizarre interrogations of his career.
Wait, what happened?
The story started in a place called Akron, situated in Ohio. And like
LeBron!
any other disturbing
That's all I
story,
think
it
about.
began with a 911
Right here, Akron,
call.
Ohio.
Amy's mother, Etta Rowan, called the police on September 7th, 2018 to inform them about Amy being missing. It wasn't long before the officers arrived at Etta's residence.
How are you? What's going on?
I think my daughter's missing. Haven't seen her. She went bowl. I dropped her off the bowling alley. And I think somebody she bowls with, I took her down to some friend's house last night and she never came home.
Do you know which friend's house or
They
anything?
live on Thompson.
Wait, she's
I
38?
was down there earlier. The one house, there's 2 houses, a brick house and there's a house that's they're trying to renovate or something. But Kyle and Amber, I think, live in the brick house. And the mother answers the door. She was real snotty. She got upset because I pounded on her door. But Amber and Kyle weren't there. And I asked her where Jordan. Jordan is the guy my daughter's interested in.
Okay.
He lives down the street, but I'm not for sure which house is his.
Okay.
So I came home. When I got home, my phone was ringing, and it was Kyle calling. And she said he hasn't seen her since like 11 o'clock last night when she left down there.
Left their house?
Yeah. So he's been real evasive. He wouldn't give me Jordan's address.
Jordan was Amy's boyfriend, and Kyle was one of their friends.
Okay.
Amy failed to return home on September 6th, and concern grew when she stopped answering her phone and failed to show up for
Why
work
that
the
picture
next
look
morning.
AI, bro? It's low-key
After
scary.
speaking with Amy's mother, Etta, the
No offense
detectives
to
had a
Amy,
couple of
R.I.P.
names to go
Rest
on.
your soul.
Within minutes, they located Jordan's house and discovered that Kyle was there too.
Oh, now they plotting, bro. They was plotting, bro.
You Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looking for Amy.
Yeah, we're looking forward to. They're just posting on Facebook and everything.
Did you go to the bowling alley last night?
What's that?
Did you go to the bowling alley last
No,
night?
they might have.
Is that Kyle? That's Kyle?
No, don't think so, but come on.
That's fine.
Go.
Were you down at the bowling alley?
No.
What's your name?
Kyle.
Okay. So you said Amy came to your house last night?
She came to his house last. She came to his house, and she walked us with us.
Nah, you see what he did to
And
Lou.
then what?
Then she went home after that. Then she
She
went.
left, and when she leaves, she goes down here to Congo and makes a
Yeah.
left and walks home.
She said she was
Cat.
going. She had to go to work and everything, and then
Y'all already fought,
her
bro.
mom knocked on my door, and my mom called
Oh, this is hard to watch, bro, because you know the guilt is killing him inside.
me and said, "Have we seen Amy?" We were like, "No."
Do you remember what time she walked from your house to your house? Then you guys walked back here. How'd that happen?
Okay. She walked from our house.
Which is right down there.
How'd she get to the bowling alley? Or from the bowling alley to your house?
She got a ride from her friend,
Okay.
one of her friends, and everything. And then she went from her house to our, walked down to here.
Stop.
walked
Just
up our
stop
house.
lying, bro.
Then
Just
we
stop.
walked up here,
Just stop lying.
was hanging out. Then she walked from.
What time did she leave here?
Like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's why every time she leaves, she's like, I'm worried about walking down Congo and everything. So
Yeah, it was 2 in the morning.
something like that.
Armed with a bit more information, the police were preparing to begin their search for Amy. But before they could proceed, Jordan approached an officer, claiming he had more to reveal. But little did the officer know, what Jordan was about to say would completely flip the course of the investigation.
You live here by yourself?
Yes.
Would you have a problem walking us to your house?
Through the house?
Yeah, just so we can say she's not here.
No, that's not a problem. Actually, can you wait out here for a minute? Just give me a couple minutes. Is that okay?
Sure. All right.
That's
Walk
why.
to Jordan, you ready?
Sure.
Are they allowed to leave? He's gonna talk to them for a second. I'll walk to you. Sorry.
A couple minutes for what? Bro, you trying to
And
hide
in
the
just
body?
a few seconds, Jordan was finally about to unveil the truth about Amy.
Yeah. Have them stand by?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something else we're missing?
Yeah, there's a lot you're missing.
Okay. All right. Hey, Sarge, come on in. Here, bud.
Oh, come here. Can I go put him outside before you guys
Yeah.
go? Come
Yeah.
here. Come on.
So what's up, man?
She was here last night until I can't remember when, but I've been having head problems. Something's wrong with my head. I think about God and the devil all the time. I think the devil's taken over my life, and so I think it's the end of the world and all that craziness, and that's like all I can ever think about. I did kill her last night, and right on that bed there, and
Where's she at now?
her body is down in the basement.
Following his shocking confession, Jordan was taken into custody and brought to the interrogation room.
Hey, bro. The devil will have you. I'm telling you, bro, if you don't got God by your side, the devil will have you thinking things, doing this and that. Bruh, the devil can only, he can only give you scenarios and assumptions. That's what you got to realize. He can only give you scenarios and assumptions in your mind. He can't control you.
Now, all that lied ahead was to uncover exactly what he meant when he brought up
You gotta have
not
God
any
by
other
your side, my
person,
boy.
but Satan. After a brief introduction and reading his Miranda rights, the detectives dive in, determined to get as many answers as possible.
So with all that in mind, Jordan, can you kind of lead me how it came to be that the cops were at your house today?
Oh, well, they were there to begin with because Amy was missing. And her mom showed up at Kyle Amber's house, and they knew that they were all at my house. And
This was last night?
yeah. And so initially the first guy came up and said, just asked what was going on. And then, I don't know. Then when they came back the second time, it was kind of like they knew something was going on. So, anyways, that's how.
How did you know Amy?
How did I know Amy? Through Amber and Kyle. And
Amber and Kyle?
yeah. And this guy named Warren, he's really not part of the whole thing. But
Okay. Jordan, you seem like a real thoughtful guy, man. I only had like half a second to check you. I think you only had like one ticket in your life.
yeah, I know the past 5 years, I don't even think I've had a traffic violation. But if you really want to know,
Absolutely. Tell me whatever you want to tell me.
these last couple of years have been a little rough on me.
Yeah. Just something going on?
Yeah, some kind of stuff. So God's got me on some sort of spiritual walk, and the devil entered my life. He's been telling me to do that. And it was hard for me to do in the first place, man. That is
Oh, I don't doubt that.
something that I don't want.
You don't seem like it. You seem like a pretty level guy. You know, are you a druggie, are you?
No.
Alcohol?
I mean, like alcohol.
No more than anybody else?
To maybe a night.
That's not an alcoholic. Get up, go to work, responsible. You got kids?
Yeah, I got a 3-year-old daughter.
Is she with her mother? Or?
Yeah, I was supposed to have her this weekend, but that sucks.
Absolutely. I mean, were you ever sought out with counseling or anything? Or?
Yeah. You know, but if you start telling people it's the end of the world and the devil is Armageddon gonna happen, and you know God's in my life, and Jesus is walking with me, and here I am saying that the devil's about to enter my life. That's make people want to talk about that.
I understand that.
Jordan seems like a normal, calm person.
Nah,
However,
for real.
his
Like
words
he's
shift
saying
the
some
entire
real junk right now.
perspective for anyone listening, especially the detective. He casually claims to be a follower of the devil and that the devil told him to kill Amy. This would obviously leave the
I don't
detective
think he
struggling
said
to
that.
figure
I
out his
don't
next
think he
move.
said that.
So the detective tries to go back to the beginning to understand if there can be any other reason.
So when was the first time you ever met Amy? Was it last night? Oh, I mean, how long ago? Just to be, I mean, I'm not.
I've only known her for about a month and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Only a month and a half?
So
I thought it was longer than that.
people were gathering at your house or the neighbor's house?
Both. I mean, we went to Kyle Amber's parents' house for bonfires, and then they would come to my house.
Were you at the bowling alley or whatever? Was there something about a bowling alley?
So I guess Amy was at the bowling alley.
Okay.
I did not attend that with
So you killed Amy because the devil entered your life?
That's correct.
Okay.
So,
And how did you kill her?
stabbed 3 times in the chest.
Stabbed her 3 times?
I couldn't do that, bro. I don't know how people be doing that.
Where was this in the
How
house?
can you take a living being off of this earth, off of this world?
And then you put did you put her in the basement? Or my understanding was that she was in the basement.
I mean, you do something heinous like that, man, especially the type of guy I am. It was just ridiculous. I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I hear you. So, I mean, what were you guys doing when you stabbed her?
Well, nothing. I was
Talking,
we were
drinking,
just laying in bed.
laying in bed?
And, you know.
Were you thinking about having some relations with her? Is that
No.
no? Just laying in bed.
Just
talking?
laying in bed, and did he just turn
Laying in bed.
and just turn around and turned on her?
Well, she had underwear on and not a top. So.
Okay, so no bra on.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you were gonna have some relations with her, which is fine.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Okay.
I said I was in the mindset of doing that because,
You
you know.
Your mindset was to get her in the bedroom so you could kill her?
Well, like I said, the devil's pushing me
Yes.
to do that, so.
Jordan reveals that he had no intention of engaging in any physical activities with Amy. His only
It was
goal
on some horny
to
junk.
kill
I
her.
ain't gonna lie
But
though.
the idea of the devil instructing him is still unclear. Let's see how the conversation unfolds from here.
Okay. Is the knife still at the house somewhere?
Yeah.
Can you tell me where?
I was on my coffee too. I showed the one guy.
Oh, okay. You showed it. What time was this last night? He's in.
What time? Let's see.
You walked up. All right. Well, let's go back. So
4:30.
So you were at the bonfire at someone's parents' house.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And then you went where?
To my house. All 4 of us.
You, Warren, Kyle, Amber?
Not Warren.
Oh.
Just Kyle and Amy.
Oh, of course. Kyle. Okay. And so you all 4 were hanging out.
Correct.
And then, do you remember what time Kyle and Amber left, maybe?
11:30 midnight.
11:30 midnight? And you said you killed her about 4?
About 4:30.
So what, you guys were just talking that whole time?
Dang, he
hanging
killed
out?
her 4:30 in the morning.
During the time we were alone, like I said, you know, those guys doing some crazy things.
I understand.
Before, you know, I was thinking about it. Then I got in my truck and left her there and just went on a drive to hopefully get some air.
Right. She was cool with that?
Well, she was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
And then,
What time is
so
it?
this
What time is
yeah,
that? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna catch up.
11:30 midnight, Kyle, I believe.
Okay.
So he tried to get some air, but it didn't work.
For a half hour there, so 12:30, something like that.
Okay.
And then she probably falls asleep at that point. And
He killed her while she was asleep.
I leave because, I was in that mindset.
Because you feel it.
Yes. And so I leave and go for a drive, go to my church.
Where's that?
Northwest Avenue, Church of Christ. And,
Okay.
like I said, my thought was that my pastor had left a knife in the mailbox for me.
At the church?
To do that. It's obviously.
He didn't really do it.
I don't know. But when I got there, it was there. But anyways, like I said.
What? It was a knife in a mailbox?
It's becoming harder to tell whether Jordan is simply rambling or if he has truly lost his grip on reality.
Yeah, because that's
Story shifts
insane.
from
I hope
the
your
devil to
pastor
a
don't.
pastor now guiding him through the murder.
I hope
But
not.
This strange tale is far from over.
And so I did that drive. Left at 12:30, drove for 45 minutes, and got back to the house and I was just pacing my house like, this is just so hard for me to do. There's no way I'm about to do this.
Right.
And so, eventually I just went in the bedroom, grabbed the knife, and got on top of her, and she woke up at that point, and stabbed her into the chest.
Okay.
It was kind of the most terrible thing.
Yeah, it's pretty awful, Jordan. I can't beat around that.
Dude.
Again, you seem like a real thoughtful guy, man. I mean, have you ever hurt anybody else?
This is definitely.
You said you had no record.
This is definitely a first, even close to that.
You've had thoughts about violence in the past. You said you've been going through these for a while, issues or whatever.
Well, the whole violence thing has never really been.
No.
But I had OVI one time, like 7 years ago or something like that. But
Yeah, that was the only thing I ever saw.
and then since then, there's been nothing. And then, like I said, there's a 2-year spiritual. The last 2 years of my life has been a complete spiritual walk with Jesus Christ
Okay.
and God, and then Satan entered, and this is where we are at now, and how close, how quickly that can happen.
Was there one specific event? I think I already asked you. I can't remember. Was there one specific event that made the devil enter? You think?
I think so. Yeah, I sold my soul to him. I performed a ritual, and I sold my soul to him.
Whoa!
I said, man,
Was that something that? Where did you find that information?
just a stupid.
Like the internet or something? Or a book?
Video.
YouTube video?
You know.
What were you supposed to get in exchange?
Whoa!
Oh, I'm just, I'm just being curious, that's all.
It's the dumbest thing, man. So,
What?
okay, so would you like me to just tell you or kind of break it down?
No, you tell me how you want to tell me. I got nothing to do here, so.
The detective seems skeptical of Jordan's story, though interrupting a suspect's confession is unusual. Still, the conversation moves forward, and Jordan's
hold on,
claims about
bruh.
his spiritual journey
I don't
and
know
selling
about
his
that
soul
one.
to Satan come off as absurd, yet strangely intriguing.
We're going through the spiritual walk here, and I can see that it's not going good, and in my mind, it's almost like Satan is the only one that's going to help me because God isn't there.
Okay.
But
The devil is a lie!
I feel like maybe he is there. Maybe I don't know. But then you get to this point where I'm like, you know what? Nothing's working, man. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to start praying to Satan and see what happens. And then, suddenly things started happening differently. And
Like, you mean like in your life?
in my life, So,
Like you felt like things were going better?
I mean,
Or just the right track?
I don't know about better, but
But you felt positive about it? Absolutely.
okay, so they say Satan's the deceiver. So even if the whole time you're thinking God isn't there, and then you ask the devil for something, which we'll get to that, then then start going right, and you're like, oh, that's Satan. That's the devil right there doing that. When it's probably really not. That's God the whole time. So at that point, I was like, I gotta do something differently. My mind's not right. This is all I can think about, and you know, something's gotta change. And so I looked up the rituals and how to do that, and just performed a dumb little. She was there. Who was where? Amy was there for that ritual too.
Okay.
She was there?
God forbid I put her in that, because, you know, not too long after that happened, this is what happens.
You killed her.
Yeah. So,
Why she didn't stop, bro?
So
Actually,
did you? So you
hey,
said
I wouldn't even stop, bro. We never talking again. You performing rituals and stuff like that, I'm going home instantly. Don't follow me, bro. I'm calling the police. Leave me alone. I'm good, bro.
you're on the basement. I mean, did you go to sleep?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
You just been awake?
I've been awake since before that night. All day today, all night last night, and all day the day before. It feels like something is like the Holy Spirit. You can say that.
Okay.
Something's inside me right now. And no drugs. I took a stacker, and it's not what I'm wired with. But
Okay.
I tell you, trust me, I'm very honest.
Jordan's beliefs are full of contradiction.
That's what I'm
While
saying.
satanic beliefs do exist, this is something entirely different. It's the rambling of a delusional man struggling
that's
with
what
an
I'm hearing.
identity crisis, who somehow convinced himself that killing was acceptable.
So,
I'm confused. Is he on a path with Jesus Christ or the devil? Like, I'm
I should go
confused.
somewhere, or I should do something.
I thought I was the only
Yeah, I
one.
mean, did you just think, oh, at some point somebody's gonna
Alright, I got you.
knock on my door?
You can't have two. You can't
Today,
serve
my mindset
two
was-
masters.
My mindset was, I need to kill as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds pretty terrible. You're right about that.
That's me thinking that I'm getting reborn into a world, and my only way out is through people. Like, I'm getting out of here. I gotta just do. But really, what it was that a fight between good and evil. And like I was telling one guy, my sights were over here, like, if I would have went through with what I was going to, or was trying to do, right, it would have been twice as bad, 3 times as bad.
But you didn't kill anybody else.
No.
And do you know why?
Because the good inside of me, I believe that would be considered as God, whatever you want to say, that the battle between good and evil.
I mean,
Eventually, I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I mean, did you have some plan on how you were going to do that? I mean, do you have guns and
No.
grenades or anything in the house, or missile launchers or anything?
I wish. Not now, because my life is a complete mess. But I used to have guns all the time, and I had all sorts of guns, and that shit was awesome. But now I have no guns, because since this has happened, I've been telling my family, and I took the bolt out of the one gun I have, so I couldn't use that, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't done that, something else would have happened tonight. And
When did you take the bolt out?
oh, that when this first began.
Oh,
When this spiritual
walk started.
first began. So, okay, guns. No, my
So he would have blasted her if he had the
You
bullets.
should kill more people, but the good in you stopped that from happening.
I believe
Bro,
so.
he
I
confusing
believe so.
me, bro.
It came straight from me, which I think a lot of it did, but I think a lot of it came from a lot somewhere else too. But I just got. It was like this, man. It was like this. I was like, tennis match, boom. And then next thing I'm like, you know what? Killing people. And is that good? No.
No, I mean.
No, what?
I mean, maybe if you're
It's never a good situation to do that.
in the armed services,
Yeah, something like that.
or as a police officer, sometimes people kill protecting other people.
I can see that. I can see that completely.
By now, it seems neither of them is serious anymore. The detective already has Jordan's confession, the weapon, the timeline, and the body. All that's missing is a clear reason, leaving him with a pointless story. Still, the detective needs the details to build a strong case, and for that, a good reason for murder is always needed.
Was there something special about Amy that made it trip in your head, or you think you were just on a course and she happened to be the one?
She happened something special about Amy. No, I didn't target her for any specific reason. Okay. There was no singling out there. I had told her before that I felt a spiritual connection to her for some reason.
So were you guys like dating or seeing each other, or you just talk to her occasionally? And what was your level of interaction?
Sexual relations, and
okay.
She would come over 3-4 nights a week, maybe 4 nights a week.
How long has that been?
A month and a half. Okay.
Oh, so they were just sneaky links.
Okay. Talking on the phone, hooking up. She come over.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
So he was just crunching that.
Family member. Watching movies.
And you said that they're your friends and they had to be her friends.
Yes. They were. She was friends with them before I met her.
Oh.
Okay. Series of unfortunate events, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I can tell you, Jordan, I think you're already on the road to wherever you need to be just because you can talk about it.
Hopefully.
I mean, the people who don't want to talk about it are the ones I think that suffer, who are can never get past their issues.
Right.
You know.
So like,
That's why people even talk. You know,
I get it, but like, it gotta be more to the story.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You seem very cerebral. I mean, it's kind of weird talking to you about it, really.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say something. That's why this whole thing is so disturbing, whatever, because I can't focus on too many things. It's like all I think about. And, but maybe it was God the whole time. And then you get to that low bottom is the best thing in the world, but it's really like the worst thing in the world. But God is in there too. So I don't know, man.
I don't know about that one, my boy.
To love him, Amy? Was that part of the problem?
No, it wasn't part of the problem.
No. Okay.
Why? Are you asking me why? Basically.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I said, and I'm just kind of thinking that sometimes sometimes I know in my life sometimes I've gotten. I was most scared at some point in some relationships when I was getting close to someone, so you don't want to get hurt if they don't like you the same way, right? That's what I was getting at.
Yes. It was.
Because I'm not even being. It's been a while.
You just hit the nail on the head right there. It was like my last girlfriend. I loved her. I wasn't in love with her. Amy, I loved her too. I love a whole lot. I mean, there's nobody I don't love. And I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her. So it was like I always distanced myself from people. But the second I did that stupid thing with Satan,
I turned it all around.
Jordan appears to be portraying himself as someone in the middle of a realization, as if trying to show that his mind isn't in the right place. It's possible he believes that acting this way could help him with an insanity plea down the line, potentially reducing his sentence. However, for now, things are about to get even more absurd.
Okay.
Then when you said that Amy was
We about to turn up the jets.
Physically there?
Yeah, I asked, and I knew I was going to do this. I asked, they were all there, Colin and Amy and I.
Oh, last night?
No, this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, keep talking.
When I did that, it was, so we got tonight, last night, maybe the day before or the day before that. So either 1 or 2 days before
4 or 5 days
that happened.
Okay. You had this spiritual.
It was a ritual.
Ritual.
I wrote out the little contract with you selling your soul to Satan.
And those two and Amy? No, just Amy.
Amber had no idea about that.
Oh.
I had Amy write out the contract.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I might mess something up. If you're going to sell your soul to Satan, you better write it.
I mean, I guess obviously she was cool. She was cool with it, or she went through with it.
It was, yeah.
She was cool with it?
But she didn't run away. you know, which is
Right.
crazy to me now.
Oh, no, they bugging, bro.
I thought that was part of the ritual. So
Oh, okay.
we read it and we did this chanting thing, and I was sitting there naked, which is a great image for you. But
I'm gonna skip that part. You're right.
it's those stuff, and then I cut my thumb here. Look, that's how recent it was. These are the cuts from that.
Okay.
Put the blood on the thing, and then burned it up at the candle that was in front of me. So.
Okay. You said you found it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was called? I'm just curious.
There was a couple different videos that I watched. One was just, it was called 3 a.m. Challenge.
3 a.m.
From whatever guy does that crap.
Okay.
Like I said, this whole walk with God has something has kicked on because I'm going.
What does this have to do with Jesus Christ?
Without even sleeping. You know, and then.
You better maybe that. I get cranky.
Bro, I don't even know anymore, y'all. I don't know.
What kind of? I'm just curious. What kind of church is it? What denomination?
It's a Baptist.
Baptist.
Actually, Kyle and Amber recently started going to that church with me.
Okay.
And before this happened, the night that happened, I asked Amy to come to church with me next Sunday. And it's just fucked up, man.
This case is a perfect example of sheer stupidity. Jordan convinced himself he could make a pact with Satan by watching these types of YouTube videos. Following instructions from some vloggers, he believed the pact was successful and ultimately killed Amy. Even before that, he admitted to pressuring Amy to sell her soul, even if he couldn't, which is clear manipulation, if not outright coercion.
There has to be
This interrogation
something.
has made one thing painfully obvious.
Like what?
Just how foolish Jordan really is.
I know God's looked out for me at times in my life. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Because I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
So, I see that scratch. Is that from Amy or is that something else?
No, I think that's from my dog. I don't know.
Okay. Because you said she woke up and then you went right to it.
Yeah, she woke up and I was just her a couple times because I knew what I was about to do. I was like, and before I did it, I told her I unplugged her because I was like, I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew that for a fact. But you still decided. So I kissed her. I told her I loved her. And then I did it. And so there's no way to talk about that.
No way. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not,
When he told her he
I'm
loved
not
her,
trying to be,
I thought she was asleep.
Not be pleasant.
Yep.
So.
Dog, I don't know. I can't even be a interrogation. I'm cooked. My brain will scramble.
It's hard to blame the detective for running out of questions. It's outright absurd. Jordan even confessed to kissing Amy and saying, "I love you," just before stabbing her in the heart, fully aware of what he was about to do. Whether this was a psychological issue or some twisted fetish is unclear, but one thing is certain. It had nothing to do with anything satanic.
I'll tell you the truth right now.
Please do.
Before I did that, I knew I was going to turn myself in.
Okay.
And I guess I was just waiting
for someone to come?
No, because like I said, the devil was there, man, and I was planning on doing more. That was the plan.
You were going to kill someone,
but I didn't.
Right.
And even if that had happened immediately, that was my plan. I was like, I can't do this anymore. If I do this, I'm going immediately to the police. Because it's,
I don't even know. Like, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with this
Before I
story.
did any of this, I knew I was going to turn myself in. I never been running from another.
Chat, bro, y'all gotta let me know in the
I
comments.
appreciate that.
I know I'm not the only one. Their shirt.
Well, You gotta have somebody come take some pictures of it, Jordan. And I mean, is there anything I can get you another water?
You could give me a haircut. I'll take it back over.
I'll get you a water. Is there anything else you can think of that you want to tell me, or it's relevant, or just for the hell of it you want to tell me?
Relevant?
Yeah, or anything.
Just that I am, like I said, man, this has been intense. That's all I can think about, sort of situation. And
We're talking about the killing and the ritual of the whole thing.
no, God, this whole Satan thing.
God and Satan
Yeah.
in the battle you have.
Yeah. So that has really been like, I'm serious when I say I go to work and that's all I think about. Come home, that's all I think about. That's all I think about, man. And it's
But was it like, I guess it probably sounds stupid, you can laugh at me. I mean, was it like a good thing, or was it a bad thing, or was it just like,
I think both.
were you like kind of
I
like
think that's the
floating above yourself? I mean,
possibly. I don't know.
like, you like kind of zoned out?
Yeah, there's been times where I can't.
Bro, I don't even know what to
What's
say.
real and what's not real. Very much so.
Everything was covered up, and Jordan's final answer remained the same. He's saying things that direct towards remorse. However, his faith.
My headphones just turned off. But bro, Jordan, my dog, you gotta figure out what to do. I don't even know. I don't even know, bro.
Face and body show something.
I don't even
completely
know, y'all.
different.
I don't know
The
what to say.
interrogation is about to be over, but Jordan had just one last
he got
piece
one more
of
last-
information to give.
Come on, what you gotta say, bro?
Actually, to be honest with you, a couple days, maybe the same day as this, went to the doctor to get medication for depression. And then at that appointment, I scheduled a CAT scan because I'm like, is there a tumor in my head here?
And was this, you were talking about, was that 4 or 5 days ago?
It was probably 3 days ago, maybe the same day as this happened.
Did you get your prescription?
Yeah. And the first day I took that pill, it was the same day this happened. It's the first day, like it's in my system or whatever. But they told me it'd take 4 to 6 weeks for that to kick in, and if I had any.
Wait, so you taking pills? Wait, what?
No, it's in my house on the kitchen table, so I can't remember.
Remember who the doctor was?
You said you wasn't taking drugs.
It's in my wallet. Matthew. John Tessino. That's not the doctor.
No.
He works at that doctor where Matthew, whatever his name is, there.
Remember that?
You cooked, man.
All right, I'll make you another water.
You cooked, dog. You cooked. You
And,
cooked.
like I said, that's
You just lied about that.
Cool.
Well, I don't want to say you lied, but like, bro,
I'll try to think of anything else I can say.
Sure.
I don't even know what to like. It's no defending. Like
Appreciate it.
No,
it's like Curry for a
I
three,
come in
automatic.
Here, I
Cell.
don't try to be the guy.
Put him in the cell.
Fucking rant. I just try to be like, hey, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about something. You know, it's always better to, you generally get what you give.
Yeah.
You treat people fairly. I'm not gonna tell you I never called somebody stupid mother. I have. But usually that's at the end of the conversation when they just won't,
All right, let me see his charges, man. What's his charges looking like? What's his charges looking like, man?
All right, let me get your water. I'll be back.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right.
Excuse me.
Well, in this case, Jordan might just have been a delusional man, or whatever the detective mentioned. With the interrogation complete, Jordan DeHaven was charged with aggravated assault and on April 13th, 2022, sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years.
Oh,
the
it's over.
possibility of parole after 20 years might not be so satisfactory for Amy's family. However,
I pray for
one
the
can
family.
just hope that Jordan DeHaven remains behind bars for the rest of his life. So what do you think about the case? Was Jordan serious about the satanic rituals, or was he just trying to cut his sentence with some make-believes?
I
Feel free
honestly
to
feel
give
like
us
he
your
was serious
opinions.
about the rituals.
It's
I ain't
much
gonna lie.
appreciated. Also, if you have any cases in mind, drop your suggestions in the
But hey, God is good. God is great. God is amazing. God is amazing. God is good. Further ado, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. It's your boy DONMANIA. Love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.